It's delicious.
First of all,
but by the way, me saying this does not mean EVS or Doug or anyone else in this will.
Well, I don't support that. Yeah,
I know you don't.
I don't support that commentary at all. Of course,
No,
I don't like Patton Oswalt. I think he's
me either.
a troll. He's a little weirdo. You have to answer a riddle to cross his bridge. I don't like that dude. I don't like him. He's a nasty human being.
Ethan,
I'm not asking Ethan or Doug to sign off on anything I'm saying. This is an independent Cecil commentary.
Absolutely, he's a nasty human being, and for him to weigh in, you know, again, this is the thing that really bothers me. These people don't realize they're bullies. We are a small organization. If we're an organization at all, we're just a small community of people.
We're a grassroots movement.
Yeah, we're sick of these left wingers. We're sick of their superpower in comics, their ability to just hold sway and destroy everything in their path, everybody that disagrees with them. And it comes all the way down. Their bullying comes all the way down to the retailers who have to eat their product and can't return it, can't get a buyback on the books that they sell that don't sell in their shops. It's pitiless. And then this is who they are. They want to dogpile on people. Somebody like Patton Oswalt, who's got so many hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions of followers on Twitter. I haven't looked. Probably millions of followers on Twitter, wants to weigh in on ComicsGate, you fucking asshole. Shut the fuck up. Go back to whatever it is you're doing and stay out of this. This doesn't concern you. You've got decent people here who have a valid complaint about this industry. And you dare weigh in here with your big Hollywood, goofballery, your nerd cred, you fucking slug. Get out of here. Get out of here. Take your pomposity, take your arrogance out of our community. Nobody respects you here, Patton. Nobody respects you here. Nobody respects you here. Nobody respects your opinion. What are you looking for? Applause? Applause from the other 70,000 people in comics? This is a tiny little community, all told. And you want to, and what basically you just want to tell ComicsGaters who are trying to go off on their own, ComicsGaters who are building a community for dispossessed right-wing and moderate comic book professionals who can no longer get work in this blacklisted, disgusting, politically oppressed industry as it's become. You want to weigh in here, you fucking midget? Take it somewhere else. What are you, bored? You don't have anything to do?
Go get him. Get him. Now you're talking some brother.
You know what, Ethan, you went too far.
He did not. He's not gone far enough.
Take it somewhere else. Leave us alone. Leave us alone to do our thing. We're not bothering you. You're bothering us. We're not bothering anti-ComicsGaters. You're bothering us. We're just trying to sell our comics. We're just over here with our opinions, our points of view. You come over here, you call people names. You want to get crazy on Twitter. You want to start insulting people. Yeah, it's fun to dunk on comic book fans that no longer recognize their hobby. Feels good. And if you're a stand-up comic, you can probably do it pretty well. You can probably make these Midwesterners look pretty stupid. Patton Oswalt, good for you. Use your gift to make Midwesterners who feel like their hobby isn't any fun anymore. It's political propaganda. Use your talented, your God-given comedic abilities to make those people look stupid. Congratulations. They're just trying to have fun. They're just trying to have a good time. And everybody has left. Mainstream comics, it's a big empty room now. It's a big empty ballroom. Basically everyone else, all the other party goers left. Comics are dying. People are coming over here to us now. We have a large audience because we embrace those people. And we're just trying to make it so that people, and it's people of color, LGBTQ people, women, they're all over here with us. We know it. We're talking to them right now. There's 1,435 people watching this, supporting these comic books, contributing in the chat.
They scream diversity, and yet we don't fit in.
So
How is that?
all of the big time Hollywood players like Patton Oswalt. I don't know what is Patton Oswalt doing. What are you up to? Do you have an HBO special? Anything? You got something better to do than to insult these people? To dunk on people who were just like, hey, I can't stand this anymore. I just want my comics the way they were. Oh, yeah. They're not as evolved and civilized, I guess. They're not as sophisticated as Patton fucking Oswalt.
Somebody went to him, this all happening within a 5-day period.
It happened because of Gail. He's friends with Gail.
Right. It has to be coordinated.
Because that's who's connected in that tweet I sent. Because I'm on his page now. I can't find the original tweet, but my tweet is up, and it's responding to him and Gail Simone.
Scott Snyder, Joe Q, all these people coming out now in the same 5 days just to say the same thing, and in a news media, then they're doing the same thing. It has to be coordinated. It has to be. I believe it's timed with the end of year report that's coming out at the end of the month.
Yeah, I'd bet money on that too.
I'd like to do a Daryl Ayo and just drop my piece on this. This is gonna be serious. 3, 2, Patton Oswalt. It's no good.
Good job.
Yeah.
Do you want to expand upon that, or is that it?
No, what? After Ethan's diatribe, better to keep it short and sweet. You'd have to depend.
It's his.
I don't know when this stops. I don't know what else you guys want to do. Do you want to actually? I mean, you've got the mainstream comic book industry all upset that a handful. And by the way, we are relatively just a handful of people, fans and pros, and YouTubers who are going off. We've criticized. We've already told you. We've said we don't like what you're doing. You respond by saying, "Then get out of here." We respond by saying, "Done. We're gone." We go over here. We make $2 million of our own with our own projects, and now you're chasing us down. What else would you like us to do? I mean, what is this? What is the hounding for? What's the media hounding? This is bullying. This is 100% bullying. And I honestly, I would sit there and marvel over this. I wouldn't think that you guys are scared, but you seem to be scared. Otherwise, you just go, fuck them. They're a joke. They're not doing nothing.
No, this is nerves. You're scared when you respond.
Like scared. I got a comment today on my YouTube video, how I got blacklisted from comics, that says, "You just gained a new fan, and I'm an artist too. I was terrified about this sort of thing before, but now there's no time to be scared anymore. Thank you for making this video."
That's awesome.
Isn't that so cool? Yeah, it's true. They are scared, and they're kicking out new talent. I mean, like they're sticking with their old guns. They're sticking with their old friends and pals, and they're all just this big high school kind of clique. They're not letting anybody in. They don't care about their customers or retailers. They don't care about consumers. They're just a big gang at high school is what this whole thing is. Yeah. They think they can control the whole industry, and they just don't care about any of us or any of the people that read the books.
They see that their opinion matters, and our opinion don't matter. Our voices don't count.
And they talk about hate groups. I was watching the tweets go by today. There is no other group than this anti-ComicsGate group that is such every day, all day obsessed with us. All day, some of them. They have either no other jobs, and then we're donating to charity that's not enough. They don't like the charity now for some reason. It's just really crazy. But like Cecil said, what you're witnessing is nerves right now. People are freaked out for what we're doing, and the end of the quarter reports are coming out.
Well, I can't, I would love to think that isn't true. If they said, we're not afraid of you because we're huge and you're little, I'd be like, I believe that. But then what is all this? Is this is either fear or this is just bullying? What is Patton Oswalt doing exactly? What does he think he's doing? Are we
friend Gail?
For you?
He's fucking trying to deliver that goddamn ring to Mordor.
Yeah, I mean, we just must be like we're low-hanging fruit or something. We're easy target.
Well, I wrote that poem a couple weeks ago. I said they're in a mighty oak with poisoned roots, and they're staring at this little apple tree in the distance, and they hate it.
Yeah,
fucking hate it because their tree is dying.
Yeah, it is. I think you're right about that. I really do. And again, it's surprising. Every time something like this happens, I'm actually legit taken aback because I just don't see it as anything that anybody should be concerned about. Yeah. If you're not with us, then you're not with us. It's not like we're chasing you down.
Here's the thing. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but here's a big thing though. Conventions are dying.
Right.
This has been happening for the past 5-10 years. So whether it's not just about sales of books in the stores. These people see it at the conventions, and they're scared to admit it, but they see it. I know that they do, because the conventions are slowly kicking out comic artists. Tell me that, you know, the San Diego Comic-Con floor where Artist Alley is has not shrunk over the past 5 years.
It has.
It has. It's not about comics anymore. My husband and I were very vocal a couple of years ago, which is part of what started us getting blacklisted about the other way conventions ran their shows, because these conventions make a lot of money, guys. They make millions of dollars profit. It's very easy to make money off of people at a show. And people are selling all kinds of things like adult toys and bongs at conventions in the artist alleys now instead of comic artists. Comic artist veterans are getting shoved in back corners.
Right.
It's a thing. It's a thing that people everywhere know. So whether or not these guys want to admit it or not, they're going to conventions every other weekend. And they're seeing it happen. And they're seeing their lines get less and less. And they're making less and less money.
They bounced me from San Diego Comic-Con this past year. They told me I couldn't have a table in Artist Alley, and I said I've been going to this show for 35 years.
Wow.
And they were like,